Hey YouTubers, today we're doing a epic 4v4. Now, let's slow this back down because we have a lot of cover here. I was very frustrated in this game. I kept talking crap to some of my teammates. I should not have. I should have just trusted in them. But because some of them don't have high win-loss ratios, I really didn't think much of them. But I should have. Honestly, I should have. Because they did a superb job of defending and communicating, and my ass was just stuck on stupid and just complained to them. It happens. So, I'm facing this top team. They are a double Zerg, which is scary in the very beginning because how fast they can build up units because of their stack and their spawn time with their Hydras and Roaches. And I totally read this wrong in the very beginning of the match. My bottom team, this guy, Full Zero, I didn't have much faith in him because of what he does later. But there's a lot of strategy we have to cover about how my walling works with a cannon behind there, how well everyone came together and defended our bases, even on their team. They did the same thing, and how in mid-game we all switched to counter each other. And here I purposely tried to sync with him, which my partner here did not. I don't think he knows how to sync. But I try to do my best just syncing with them as much as I could during the game. And there was great hero play on both sides. How they kept the pressure on us. How I took down two of their heroes. And I got hammered really bad where I actually lost one. So here I am. I usually try to go for this middle immortal first in the back, and I build on from there. Now, one of my partners told me, well, one of my teammates told me to watch out for a early Ultralisk, which I did not see right. And they did go with the early Ultralisk, and luckily I made these Immortals. And see, there's their Ultralisk. I don't really suggest the early Ultralisk that fast. Only because they take a long time to build. And if your teammate, which this guy, he was pretty good. He was pretty good at protecting him with all these little Hydralisk. So they can push back. Because if your teammate isn't on board and he went with the early pylon and you went with the Ultralisk, it costs a lot of money and you have nothing to push back with it once you make that early pylon, and that Ultralisk takes time to build. And whatever you got before that, the little Hydralisk ain't gonna do much. But they got a pretty good build composition. And here we're already getting pushed back. And they don't have much. This guy right here, he has what, 133 minerals, 12 and 12, but he does not build for a while, and it really pissed me off because I caught it. And here I am, I rallied down to send my immortals on bottom to help them, when I should have been sending them to top. And he did not know how to cancel and respawn the same spawn time as my units. So they're not fighting together. So I knew we were kind of in trouble looking at all this Hydralisk. So I had to do something. I made a cannon that's behind my base. Now, it pauses for a second and change view to their view. See that? They don't see that. So they don't see what's up here. They see this cannon and they have to get closer to it. And how everyone's focusing on that cannon, but I can have units coming around to hit them. That's what helps. That's why the fog of war and building a building and then a cannon works very well for defense. And then our units stacked up together, his immortals and my immortals together. But look, he's at 16. We were also at 16. I forgot when the hell he didn't do it. So they spent an early nuke, which looks good for us, because if you nuke first, then you know you have one less nuke, and if we're able to push back without having to nuke, that just brings us an advantage. But it doesn't always spells a win, but it is a highly possibility. So my partner here, he was talking to me. He was telling me he was like gonna go air, and I didn't think it was a good idea, because with double Zerg, it's with their anti-air, it is very difficult to beat. But I should have listened, I should have worked with him, but I think I was just frustrated at some of these other guys. And here how they used the double cannon. It worked very well. See how we couldn't see that anymore? We had to walk up the ramp more higher just to see that, and they were hitting us. I had to use the scan so we can see up that hill, and it did not help us much. And these Banshees were really hurting bottom. They did not have much air units to fight back. And I had to send my units down again to help them defend their base. I think this is where he stopped building. He was stuck at 22 cap, and we just kept going on, and he didn't. I just got frustrated from there. And that second cannon was totally unnecessary. Boost not needed. Second cannon wasn't even needed. And they were building this huge stack, because this is what's scary about the Zergs. They excel with numbers, and they hit hard. So as we're sending all our units bottom, they are not. See, my cap is now at 30. He's still at 22. He's at 31. This is why I got frustrated with this guy. Maybe he was just upgrading his pylon. Oh, actually, no. He's still the same thing as me. And now this is when we're sending our top units out, and he did not sync with me still. Not with his Archons or Immortals. I think later on I synced my Archons with his because I had to. Now we sent everything we had at them, and it just made a small dent. I knew I had to upgrade my photo cannons into a chalupa. It upgrades one more time to be stronger, but it costs us 300 mineral, which I could have used into something else, but I felt like I had to. And how I was sending my units bottom, we should have been able to take this out. We should have been able to push back, and they would have to waste another nuke. But that did not happen. And here we are, and everyone's helping defend, which is great. Really great. We lost one smaller cannon, but this chalupa held for a long time, and we were able to push back. But bottom was able to push back because they had no air units to respawn. This guy's at 28, and we're at 38. That's why I got so frustrated with this fool. Yellow on bottom. Spiders. This guy's a great teammate. He actually made a cannon for us to help defend. That was good teamwork. Even though it's not on your side, you felt like the need to help. You spent the money to do it anyways. But the other crazy thing is, he's at over 1,000 minerals. He's not spending it. He's not making the anti-air that they need for this. I don't know if he wanted to be cute, but he was trying to make 3 of each building, I guess. And here I am. We fought this back, but they're pushing down, so I'm trying to help bottom. 3 builders trying to push bottom to get that extra nuke out to win this, but nope. I have to keep sending my units top to help defend our base again. And their mid builder is a bottom builder, so it's 2 versus 3, and we're not winning bottom. And these Broodlords and these Vipers, they have reach, and my ground units are just getting smashed by them. And these Scourges are taking out his air, so our build composition is really bad. I totally read this the wrong way. I should have listened to him. I should have probably went air, Zerg air, so he can go with these Tempests to a fight, or maybe he should have went Zerg. But our build composition was really bad. We were lucky to survive this whole thing and win. And see, I'm yelling at him. I'm like, build, man. We're at 74. He's at 40. His teammate is not spending the money he has. He's at 56. He has over 1,000 minerals, and he's not even upgrading his pylon. Luckily, our cannons are holding. The bottom team, yellow, he upgraded his cannon also, and even full zero, which is on bottom, helped us also, which is really sad on my part. I should have been able to push this back. I should have scanned more, looked what's going on here, figure out what to do, come up with a plan. But I think I was just frustrated that they're just putting so much pressure in our base, and we're not able to fight back. And this was like a great opportunity for his Tempest to keep stacking, and maybe I should have went carriers like he said, or I should have changed the Zergs. But this Protoss ground was not cutting it. So here we go. And these Vikings, they only do air attack. They will knock these voids down because the voids take time for them to charge to start to do a heavier damage. But as you can see, they're taking it took them time, and once your ground units and your air units get separated, his next air units come out, they will crush this because these guys can't attack air, and their whole thing just splits and just gets destroyed. And by the time their air comes, this whole thing just gets smashed up together. So their lead that they built up is gone. They put that pressure on as they had heroes, and they're really good with these heroes. These guys on top, they both went with the Kerrigan, and they share control. So one guy is controlling this, and they're doing it very well. And here I am. I just went full Archons. So they're pushing back. They're using their heroes, and they're doing a very, very good push. Just keeping that pressure on us. Now this is what I'm talking about when it's bad. Our ground units got separated by our anti-air, which is the Archons, and these Broodlords are just doing a number on these Immortals. See how they're just crushing them. I think I had 2 Zero Tools by now. I had one zero tool and he got his ass kicked. And here I had to run back to heal him. Now it's always good to try to talk to your teammates to try to set everybody up to set their builders on the auto repair so it could just repair your heroes. And my zero tool just got smashed. I'm sending my units bottom to try to help push this back. At the same time, this huge buildup is coming at us. And my zero tool, my hero, can't do much but just run and hide. So we had to nuke this. And that's our first nuke on top, and they did not use a nuke yet. And those Scourges just crushes right through us. And it's upgraded too. That's why they're just smashing our air. So they're forcing us, they're playing the game with us, to make us play a ground game. Or it was just my dumb ass telling my partner to make sure we play a ground game. But he wants to play an air game to match them. So you see, they have a very good... This guy played just air. He has anti-air here. And he has battle cruisers. And this guy just played ground. It was a perfect composition for these guys. And so top. And for us, we started mixing and matching. Which is bad. Really, really bad. We should have lost this. But I think we just won it by blind luck. They totally read us wrong. The other team kept scanning because they knew I went with a zero tool. So they wanted to have my zero. They wanted to kill my zero tool. I had 2 zero tools. And see, they're scanning, hoping one of these guys will attack my zero tool. But if they're focused on an enemy already, they wouldn't come for me. And then bottom is in trouble again. And then one of my zero tool died because I think I was sending them on bottom to try to help. I blinked in there and I tried to attack and it just totally got smashed. And then the other team was laughing at me for my efforts. And still with their heroes, they're just putting a lot of pressure on us. We have not been able to push back much before they came back at us. But our heroes on our side is constantly playing the defensive game. And here my zero tool is in the mix right here, and he is trying to fight. He's trying to make a difference, and there they scanned, and I had to run back again. This is why I like these games, because they're like just huge army versus a huge army. And it's like Dota, you just control your hero. Whatever you got is what. Whatever buildings you got just keep spawning to counter. So it's like a two-layered game of countering and attacking with your using your heroes to attack. My Zeratul was finally fully healed, and then it came back to yellow again. Their anti-air is totally beating bottoms. And that's like their biggest problem. You control the air, you control the game. These ground units can't do much. And see, they're forcing us to play their game. Now, I have one Zeratul. I don't know if I have my second one up yet. But I wanted to get these Kerrigans, but I couldn't. And here, their air is already reaching inside of our base. And he dropped a nuke. That nuke killed that Archangel, but he has more. That was just a decoy to waste that nuke. Smart move on his part. But watch what I do here. My two Zeratuls, I caught one. I froze him. We took out their air, and now my ground units are attacking him. I tried to freeze this one, but I couldn't catch him in time. And they already saw different enemies, so they're not hitting him. If I did, I would have taken that. I would have taken out that second Archangel. But one of my Zeratuls hurt really badly, and I had to run. And here we have the Odin nukes on their side. 2 Odin nukes equals like a regular nuke. All of that, gone. Our little pushback became nothing. Same thing with the Psystorm. You get 2 good Psystorms in, it'll pretty much knock out everything in that vicinity of where you Psystorm. But because I had my Zeratul come in, I scared these guys. They started backing off. And my partner here on top tries to use his carry to fight. I told him to get back, but it died. You should have just not let that one Kerrigan come in there like that. Remember, they haven't dropped a nuke on top. So they have 2 nukes up here. That's why I warned them not to come in too close. Because they can afford to waste that nuke to make you lose heroes. But my Archons are fully... My ground units for the Protoss is at full upgrades. We can cut through them like butter now, even when they have a large number. But it's their heroes. It's because of their good hero play, they're able to hold us at bay. And all bottom had to do was just keep upgrading. They had such a good build composition. His other Archangel died down here. He must have gotten too close again. But finally, we got into their base. They couldn't hold us because we had such our build was good, but they started switching to air. That's why we were able to push back. Because they knew whatever they were doing with the Ultralisk was not working anymore. So he switched the air, and these carriers and Tempest have reach. So my Immortals now are pretty much useless. And my partner is telling me he switched to carrier. He's telling us to play an air game. Switch to air units, but I didn't. Well, actually I did. It just didn't work out too well. Still, because we have higher upgrades and they don't, we're able to still keep we keep attacking their base until these things start stacking up. Once these Tempests and these carriers start stacking like this, we could not hold them anymore. Because these Archons don't have reach. It has a splash damage, but without reach, it ain't doing much. And here the Odin nukes comes again, and this becomes nothing. It took them all out. It was good pressure on them. I finally had 3 zero tools. And I'm slowly upgrading my air. That's not me. I'm slowly upgrading my air because we're going to start switching to air soon. See, we can play an air game with them. But this stack is killer. And my hero is a zero tool, is a ground unit. It can attack air. That Odin nuke just weakened everything. Took all that out. And see, they're using the hero to hold us back so they can just keep stacking. All these units just keeps building slowly, and it just keeps adding to their massive freaking snowball. I should have saw this, but I wasn't. I was really focused on what's going on with myself. And my 3 zero tools were still healing. But I should have came down here and just start taking out these Odins. This is bad. See, my partner's telling me, you want to go Cares and I do Tempest? I should have told him, yes, let's do that. But instead, nope. That didn't happen. Because they got rid of their anti-air. See, even before my Archons can get to him, cannon fodder. Just cannon fodder. And here I am using my Zero tools to fight on bottom. And I don't think I paid attention to him after he said that after that spawn he's gonna go full air. I think this is where they used the hero and I was able to catch one. And they got scared after that. Oh yeah, I had to use a nuke on top. It was just too much. And everyone on bottom started helping us take this all out because we were doing our transition. And I forgot to rally my my little scouts. And once they saw that we had air units, they started making anti-air units. So they played a very good game. They kept scanning, they kept a tab on us of what we were doing. Now they're both switching to Protoss air units. Because they knew their Broodlords are now ineffective. We switched to air, so they're switching to air. But look, with their Scourges, they totally just freaking ripped through our shit. That was a great counter on their part. So with my scouts, I thought we were covered for any anti-air. I was totally wrong because we didn't have enough mothership cores to slow down those Scourges to knock them out. And here they come with their Kerrigans, just killing everything. They get some good side storms in there. It knocks everything out. And this is when I come in with my Zeratul, thinking that I was going to be scared of them. Hell no. I came and I started attacking. I took one out and I started going for the second one. And that's when they ran away. Totally just ran away. But we lost our air advantage. We lost our stack because of those Kerrigan. And I should have been on top of that. I should have known. And here, even with their Tempest, their stack of Tempest, just a few of these Odin nukes will totally take this out. See, they sent all their heroes down here, side-stormed it, and they were done. This whole stack of Tempest became nothing. And here they are, pushing right back into our base. And the bottom team is helping us again with the transition from my scouts. But once these Scourges come in, they just wipe out all my scouts. It was like I just wasted my time. That's when I knew my scouts were just useless now. And here, they're just pushing back, using their heroes. They're just fighting back. Now this is at the 1 hour mark. Another 5 minutes in, it does a reset, and all the heroes will be gone, and it will just be units. No more hero play. Those Scourges just ripped through me like nothing. And here we are making like cannons right here, trying to hold a line. One of his Odins got killed, and we were just getting smashed. We were like literally losing this thing. It's amazing that we lasted so long. My Zeratul was ineffective. One of my partners, Kerrigan, is gone. And there they are, just using their Odin nukes to take everything out, trying to push back. Here, they just rip right through everything again. I thought I told them to make these things that don't have them synced. But when you have them synced, they're not effective. But he had the smarts to try to switch to Archons. A Spider, my teammate, just used our last nuke. We don't have any more. My teammate on bottom had to nuke for us. That's 3 nukes on top. Because if not, we're going to lose this, and there's only like 2 minutes left. Full 0 to 10 is almost reset, which is right. 1 more minute and it's reset. So They just ran in with their heroes and did not give a shit because they're gonna die anyways. They're gonna try to destroy as much buildings as they can. Now, maybe it's blind luck, maybe it's not. But I like to go a little crazy just before the reset of switching everything out to something else, hoping that they do not change. And luckily, that happened right here. So right now I'm getting my Archon. It's almost reset. 2, 1, 0. And I get out these Archons and they're spawning now. I hit my max. My partner waited a bit, and then now he's building his. He has some of these air units, and also I forgot to rally. So these guys didn't change much. It's all anti-air right here. Also anti-air. More anti-air. We went with ground units and we pushed hard, right, with all of these Archons because I forgot to rally. Later on, the second spawn, I started rallying up. And we're chrono boosting everything. And because of them not reading us at the last minute, we were able to take this all out. They totally screwed this up. They did not see this. They're still chrono boosting their anti-air. And probably because they saw these carriers and some of these Tempests, they thought it was the right play. But as you can see, we are pushing. We are pushing hard. One of their teammates started making a wall. I don't know. He should have he should have saw what we were doing and then try to counter it. Try to adjust for what we got. It wasn't until now they're realizing, shit, that's the wrong build. So they're making Immortals to counter. But this guy still hasn't. He still has anti-air. And here we are coming into their base. At the 11th hour. The 11th hour. We're able to push on both sides. And this wall of upgrade buildings is not helping. They still don't get it. That's the top nuke. And then bottom nuke to take out all their Tempests, but here comes another wave of Tempest. And finally, we pushed into their base. All that anti-air is not helping them. And because they made Immortals and cannons, they were able to hold us off. And this could have pushed back. Literally, we might have lost with this. But because bottom had those Tempests and a lot of ground units, because this guy just stayed with air, we were able to take this all out. At the 11th hour, we won this. Barely. And this concludes our 4v4 epic 1 hour plus game. And their entire side is just dropping.